going to try cross-country skiing. I haven't done this in a few years because of back issues, but I've been doing a lot of physical therapy, so let's just see. I think I got them on right. Kind of excited. I hate winter anymore, but I do love to cross-country ski. Winter's a lot better if you can at least participate outside, so let's see what happens. And welcome, Happy New Year, to another early morning show. And yes, Kat is here to wish you a most prosperous and wonderful Happy New Year. Yeah, no, you can see. Yeah, to the camera. He's excited about it. He loves a new year because he survived another one. And here's a little talk about survival of the cat. He's been sick for it was almost 9 days. He never ate a bite. He never drank anything. He had so much snot. I mean, it was just this human snot face. And we took him 4 different times. We had to bring him into the vet. They'd never seen snot like this. And, we tried different medications, different things. Nothing was working. So on Thursday afternoon, we were now on to the 9th day. No eating, no drinking. They'd given him fluids twice. I called up and says, well, I'll make an appointment for Friday, 1:30. We're putting them down. We couldn't go through the weekend, just seeing them hiding and, kind of just getting skinnier and skinnier. So called and said, I'm going to make the appointment. So, it's going to be 1:30 on Friday. Well, half hour later, he goes over and starts to eat. It's like, oh, someone heard a phone call. Someone go, oh, well, crap. Oh, I just better get going. I don't know. Actually, there was these different medication. We've gone to a couple of different vets because of the holiday. One place was closed. We went to an emergency vet that's 30 some miles away. But they gave us a different prescription, so we had that one. We weren't using the other one. Well, when we combined them both, voila. Now, the thing is, you got to do these orally. And for those that have a cat, try to shove something in their mouth because he won't eat, so you couldn't put it on any food or anything. But, dude, why are we doing this? And so my wife's trying to hold him down. You got to take the head and kind of bend it up, which when he was really not eating, it was a lot easier. But as soon as he began to eat, his strength began to come back. It's a bitch. And then he just starts, the liquid's red. So it's like first time we'd given him, he'd gone in, we were only using one medication. They go, has he been bleeding? I says, no. It's the medication because it gets on the fur and it gets on everything and he's spitting it out. It's just, we got wounds. We got scratch wounds anywhere. We put a towel over him, tried to keep him because he only has claws on the back feet. But oh my God, it's awful. He survived. He's doing really well. Really, an absolute pest again, but we were going, he had to go down. We weren't going to get in our cat because my daughter-in-laws aren't they're allergic to cats. So my biggest worry about this whole thing was marketing. It's the early morning show with Kat, the t-shirts, sign, that it's a marketing nightmare. You lose your co-host, it's an absolute disaster. What are we going to do? So thank God. It kind of worked out, I don't know. I guess I won't have to stuff him when I'm done and just make him look like he's alive back there. So, Cat survived death. I mean, he had an execution date and everything. Oh, excuse me. Hope everyone had a Happy New Year. We're old. We went, my wife took me to New Year's hell. New Year's bingo. Yeah, I've never been a big guy that I just not interested in bingo. Well, let's do something. Let's go. We don't want anybody really at that party or whatever. Let's do something. So, well, this would be fun. Would it? There's some football games on. There's some football on. I'm having a great time at chips, dip, and that. I think this is great. So New Year's bingo. Yay. Party on. It's retirement hell. And I'm not even retired yet. All right, let's get going. For Christmas, I actually received no vinyl. I did get a new, my wife goes, well, what do you want? Just buy it, send it, and I'll wrap it, which she did. And so I got a new needle, but I did get in. I bought me books instead. Going Underground, looking at American punk movement from 79 to 89. This will be a great read. Look at this one here, and I've seen these shown on the VC, the Acid Archives. And this is the second edition, looking at the acid rock movement. And it's really hard to show books. It just goes through the thousands and thousands of acid, psychedelic albums that came out and talks about them. Really fascinating. And then the King of Fuds, the new garage and psychedelic movement that started in the 80s. This is my wheelhouse. This is where I really get excited. This is more your college-oriented rock. Again, we got reviews looking at it. Fascinating stuff. Dude, would you? I tell you, I don't kill him. And he has no sense of appreciation whatsoever. Gee, crickets. Yeah, big, nice, beautiful. So instead of records, I got these reference books that I'm super excited about because I've been wanting them. So there we go. But I do have records to show. But the first one is, I'm going to be doing a reissue. I don't know, I'll just give it away. I think it's probably the best reissues out there. And it is through Alex Murdoch. Alex Murdoch, and he had two albums reissued, Time Without Consequence and Towards the Sun. There they are. These albums are outstanding. Now, I knew nothing of Alex Murdoch. I couldn't tell you a thing about him. And so I go into my local store, Radio Wasteland, and he got in a couple reissues. And what does he do? Jim drops it on the turntable. Jim constantly does this to me. He's a great record store owner because he has an evil streak of, this will get him. This will get him. And sure as hell it did. He sounds like the embodiment of Nick Drake. You would swear to God when you heard this, that's Nick Drake singing. But yet it's modern. Alex Murdoch, he's from the UK. He's British folk, though he lives in the US. He was born in London in 73, but in 92, he moved to the US to go to school at Duke University, and I think he currently lives in LA. It is just Nick Drake, except it's not nearly as depressing. Nick Drake, that's some pretty deep, depressing crap, man. It is hauntingly beautiful music. This one here, towards Time Without Consequence. Time Without Consequence. This was his first album, came out in 2006. This one here, and I wish I could. Towards the Sun came out in 2009. He put him on himself. He did not want any major label help. He hasn't had another album since then. So, he did it like on his own label, did it his own way, but it's never put out anything since then. It's sparse, it's acoustic. You do have some strings in there, there's some piano, a little drums, but that voice, the voice is absolutely gorgeous. It's just, wow. This one comes on limey green vinyl, and it's a 2-album set there. Very nice. Nothing else. The other one has some more pictures. This one here, what you do, comes in. His vinyl is inner sleeve, and it has this split screen. Someone on a video just did this on a video. I'm trying to think who it was. They talked about this. It might have been Hannah, the Omaha introvert or whatever, that when you have this kind of split, you get a tick when it goes through where the split's at. And when the orange and the black combine, or whatever color, and it was true. When it came to that, and I came to that area, there was this slight tick happening. It's like, son of a bitch. That's right. But those two albums, hauntingly beautiful. Just reissued this year, both those albums. It is the most beautiful music. If you're a fan of Nick Drake, you'll be blown away by that. It is really, really outstanding.
I've been working on all of my days, and I've been trying to find what's been in my mind as the days keep turning into night. But I fell behind, looking for a road. I could not.
Into the next one. This was some VCLT from Michael. Yeah, so, okay. So, wow, the whole VCLT, the whole, even, geez, you talk about going blank. Melinda Murphy mentioned on her last video, there's a lot of Michaels out there. Thank you, Melinda. Okay, this came from Michael, MI Blue 535. Michael's the musician. He sent me a copy of his album, and he's sent me a few other things. And Michael is out of out of Michigan, and I really, Detroit area, and I hope to meet up with him. Michael, we gotta do this. This is Farmer Dave and the Wizard of the West. Farmer Dave and the Wizard of the West. How about that? Now that's a catchy title. It came out in 2021, and he's put out another album this year. Farmer Dave, which is Dave Scher, is a multi-instrument, and his expertise is lap and pedal steel guitar. And this thing's like a trippy cosmic trip. I mean, it is really cool. It is on slate gray or gray, I don't know. It's on gray vinyl. It has such a spacey vibe to it. It's like a cosmic Grateful Dead going on. The music just floats and then it soars, but it's tranquil. I mean, it's relaxing, and it's just some beautiful guitar work going on. He even does a cover of The Ventures' Wipeout, a cosmic wipeout. It's fun stuff. I mean, it's really, really good. It's on Curation Records, and they got some really interesting music out there, worth looking into. Yeah, you can see. It's hard to do this when you got a cat in your lap. Curation Records. Really great album. Michael, this is fun. So if you like your music kind of trippy, a little spacier, really neat stuff. This was fun stuff, and I need to check out this label more. So thank you, Michael. MI Blue 535. Go Blue. We have, this is Massage, oh boy, this is another reissue that came out. I learned about Massage from the vinyl Douche. He talked about them, and I really love them. That was last year, and I picked up a Massage. I picked up their EP this year, Well, this was the first album, and it just got reissued. It originally came out in 2018, and it was out. I mean, it was done. You couldn't pick it up anymore. So the reissue came out. And again, we have this dual thing, and yes, it goes tick, 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 like a little bomb. So the Old Boy from Massage, their 2018 debut. It's like the Feelies, the Verlaines, and the Go-Betweens. This is kind of their wheelhouse. They are huge fans of Flying Nun Records, and this album would be perfect on Flying Nun Records. It sounds like that New Zealand. It has those jangly guitars, catchy hooks, and the harmonies are just fantastic. Just these mellow guitar riffs. It's sunny, it's bright, it's breezy. It just feels good. It's just such a nice, catchy, pleasing, relaxing. Yeah, okay, there's a lot of words to describe the music on here. If you like that upbeat, dreamier pop, if you like what you hear from Flying Nun Records, when you think of the Chills and the Cleans, the Verlaines, you can't go wrong. So this is, again, they reissued this. It's the debut from Massage. Came out in 2018. Really, really great album. I was so happy that this came out. There is, pictures and words that are hard to read. I got new glasses, though. My bifocal, I could still see far, but I couldn't read. It's like one of these things now. Now, no problem here. Oh, look at that. Down the streets you used to know. Yep. Excellent. Okay, great album. Record store day purchase. Pucho and his Latin Soul Brothers. This came out on record store day. Pucho and his Latin Soul Brothers was a band formed in 59, broke up in 73. This was their last album. This is a lot of fun. Pucho and his Latin Soul band, this may be a shock, but they played Latin jazz, soul jazz, and R&B. Shockaroo. And I knew nothing about them, but when I read about this group, I thought, gosh darn, this sounds like my kind of deal. Because this album here, this very album, it does, it has the first side, almost most of the first side, it takes Superfly. It takes the theme song, Freddie's Dead, and Pusher Man, and they play it with Latin soul. And it is freaking great. Man, what they do to that, how they take this album and make it, that song, and just, spice it up. My God, I mean, the song was great already, but wow. Wonderful. Pucho, his real name's Henry Pucho Brown. Just made some great stuff. But this album in the 90s, the acid jazz movement that was going on, this was one of the Bibles of the acid jazz movement. I mean, look at that artwork. Isn't that great? It's just fantastic. And, the guys on here, oh my God. The other music's fun, it's good, but that, it is really great. It is just such a, after he did this album in 73, the band broke up, and he did more just Latin music. He wanted to just focus more just really on just Latin music. But this, what a great way to go out. Psychedelic soul, you could call it. There's such a great groove that's happening with that Latin flavor. So if you see this left over from Record Store Day, Pucho and his Latin Soul Brothers, and you like Super Freak, I mean Superfly, whew, oh my God, it is, you won't go wrong. I'm telling you, hey, it's so much fun. So keeping the Latin, because I'm pretty much Latin. Most people don't know that. Carlson's a very Latin name. Manic Hispanic. And so this is back in brown. I'm back in brown. Okay, what did I know about Manic Hispanic? Absolutely zero. It popped up in YouTube, and so I listened to it and on YouTube, and I go, wow, that's kind of fun. I really like their vibe and what they were doing, so I went out and I bought an album. Yeah, that's my normal way. This group formed in '92. It's a variety of guys from different punk bands, so it's like they get together and they have fun. They call it Chicano punk, and a Chicano punk band, and it's just about having fun, and that's what they do. What they do is they take punk rock standards, they change them up slightly, and just redo the lyrics to be dealing with what's going on in the Chicano community, and they're just having fun. And this is their 5th album, Back in Brown. This came out in 2021. Now, what do I know? A lot about the Chicano culture? Absolutely not. They have some spoken word in there where they're joking around. It's, some of it goes right above me, but it's just fun listening to these covers and what they do to them. They have one, Holding Cell is a song. They take, what was it? They take Fugazi's, Waiting, what was that song? Waiting, God, it was a Fugazi song. I can't think of the name of the song now, but they just totally make it their own. Chancla Abuser. They take the Dead Boys Sonic Reducer and make it into Chancla Abuser. So you can hear what they're having, tongue-in-cheek stuff, just having a good time. And it's ferocious, though. I mean, they were really come out. They're well grounded in punk, and it's hard, it's fast, it's furious, but it's done with fun. And so yeah, loud punk with a Latin flair. That's more comedy. From all of my homeboys, I try to learn not to get busted or get burned. Keep the black guys off my ass. Living my life and having a Okay, we got this. I didn't even take off the cover. This was Alice Cooper's 3rd album. And so this is the famous, infamous, oh, look, I'm going to put my finger here, and they're going to think it's a penis, which, of course, that happened. And so this was the band cover. And do not go on the records. Do you want to get down? Get down here. You're not going to get on the records. There you go. All right. So, 3rd album. This was a group trying to figure out what to do, what to become. And so Bob Ezra got involved with them on this 3rd album. And he told them to concentrate on their songwriting. And that's Warner Brothers, Reprise Records. Told them to concentrate on their songwriting and songcraft. And they did. And they came up with 2 of their big anthems, I'm 18 and It's My Body. Both came from here, from this album. And suddenly they kind of came out with an ass-kicking rock album, okay? In fact, Long Way to Go is a song on here, and that is a real ass-kicker. And so they began to join in with other Detroit punk bands. They were more kind of this acid psych stuff. With this album, though, they jumped in the MC. Why are you... Dude, you don't need to be on my records. My God. What is with you? What? You went all the way around just to get on top of my records. All right, come back up here. All right, so again, they became much more harder rock. This is the album that really broke them out, thanks to Bob Ezra. So good stuff. And yeah, real quick here, a couple more if we can. Donovan. I bought Donovan's Greatest Hits. I used to have this on CD. But everyone knows it. I've just never been a fan of Donovan, but I like some of his greatest hits, he has Sunshine Superman, love that song. Mellow Yellow, love that song. Hurdy-Gurdy Man, love that song. Season of the Witch, love that song. Everything else, I used to go, yeah, I don't think so. I found I liked a lot of them now. So I'm mellowing out. The last song, Leilina, Catch the Wind. No, just Leilina, La Lina. Wasn't a big fan of. I think the other songs, though, were pretty good. Off Epic. I think I got this in that pick I did in the basement. I just thought, let's just try Donovan again. Would I go out and buy Donovan's catalog? No, he's not my thing. Though I did like, I love Nick Drake, but I don't like Donovan as much. But I like this. This is great. This is perfect for me. Donovan's Greatest Hits. I don't need really anything more. And I know some people love the man. That's fine, but that's great. Final album, we have Average White Band out of Scotland. They formed in 72, broke up in 83. This was a band. Again, you know the name, most of you, unless you're really young. But if you're really young, what the hell are you watching me for? I'm for the old folk. But they came out of Scotland, and everyone swore to God they were black. It just an American black soul group. They were that good. It was just Scottish funk, R&B. This is the album that broke them, that made it big. This is the 15th most sampled album ever. 15th. I don't know who counts all that. I mean, how do you count all that? What's the most sampled? I mean, wouldn't that just be... What a hell of a job. Okay, let's go figure out what samples these come from. I don't know. But, this, of course, had Pick Up the Pieces on here. You Got It's on here. You get it? Disco. Average White Band had stuff that was out on the dance floors big time. Funky soul music coming out of Dundee, Scotland. Just, amazing that what these guys did. And just an incredibly good album. I hadn't had this before, but I knew the songs. Would you quit the whole... you save someone's ass. And this is you're just a crappy co-host today. Just, feel bad about that, would you? Okay, so just great stuff. This is a great listen. I love Average White. I can't say I love Average White Band. I've never really had any of those. I love this album. Fantastic. All right, that's it. Happy New Year. Kat says Happy New Year. He's glad to still be here. Though being pissy. Appreciate you hanging out again with me. Great stuff coming up. I think we'll do midweek. I'm looking at my favorite reissues from this last year. And like my favorite albums of this last year, if you haven't seen it, it's going to be eclectic and all over the place because that's what it is. I didn't show any African albums this week. I guess I got into the Latin mood. That happens. Thanks, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful day. And again, Happy New Year. Bye.